Hello, everyone on the internet and the Lucid channel. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. It's been a long time, and
without you, my friend.
That's a different lyric. You changed it.
Did I?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Oh shit.
Not a long time.
Okay, remix.
Right. So, yeah, it's been a long time since we've done a podcast. I'm here with Steve, the usual guest, Aurelio, on the podcast.
So,
we are just thinking, really. We're just like thinking about the channel and
I
stuff.
thought you said we're sinking.
No, we're thinking.
I was like...
We did quite well after that last video that we did. More of like a sketch sort of comedy thing. We gained more subscribers then than we have since the start, except from the start. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, except from the original people that subscribed. Since then, like, the increase has been more.
Gotta be honest, was not like super confident in that video when we were making
Yeah.
it. You were like, this is gonna work. And I was like,
I just, I thought because, like, it's a bit weird, it'd be funny. I don't know. It might have landed with some people, might have landed with others, but I'd rather, like, try something a bit weirder.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, today we've got a few topics ready to talk about, and we'll obviously, like, elaborate on those things. But this is podcast number 11, which is crazy, even though that's not a very big number. Like, 10 felt big.
When was the first one, like, December-ish time?
I would look, but
Yeah, I think it was about early December.
yeah, I think you're probably right.
Madness.
Was it before Christmas?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It might have been November. I've been under November.
Anyways.
Yeah, well, we got some sad news last week. The passing of Stephen Hawking, who obviously was like a massive effect on everyone's lives, and either if you know about it or not, like the future of the humankind, like was, or like the past of the humankind, both were, like, kind of theorized and talked about by this person, and it's just like, right, is it me, or I know he's in a wheelchair, but did he look good for his age?
Yeah.
He didn't look 76.
Yeah, and I can't remember how long. I remember, you know, like when someone dies, loads of stuff comes out about him, and it was like,
I think it's normally 5 years for someone that's
and he lived
condition.
that long.
He lived 50 something after it had
Mhm.
happened, which is insane. Like, it's the longest ever recorded like survival after the
Diagnosis.
yeah, of that condition. But obviously, like, in terms of like scientific world and stuff, there's like a knowledge void at the minute, and I think
What do you mean by knowledge void?
because he's gone, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's someone out there who's just been born who will be like as smart, if not smarter.
I think more than anything, innovators, not necessarily science. Like, would you consider someone like Elon Musk an innovator or a scientist,
I don't know,
or like an engineer?
but engineering is a form of science.
Yeah. So, would you consider him an innovator or a scientist?
Probably both.
Yeah, I think people like him, are like the new scientists. Because I think a lot of the stuff that was done when Stephen Hawking was starting in science, starting to theorise, was new at the time. But now a lot of it is widely accepted, that sort of stuff. So the new kind of like that level, like Stephen Hawking's level, is there's someone like Elon Musk who is like evolving how we think about things and how we in the future will perceive.
Just talking about Elon Musk, who like wants to get people on Mars. If he asked you to go, would you go?
I'd have to like have, I wouldn't be able to have like a family and go. Like, if I had a wife and a kid, I wouldn't be able to go. But if, I don't know, in
Right
20
now.
years, no.
Right now,
No.
if he was like, "Sup, Joe? I know it's been a while, but let's get you to Mars."
I'd be honoured, but I'd say no maybe in 20 years' time.
Really?
Because I've not
I'd say
lived.
no always.
Really?
Always. I would never
But-
fucking do it.
that he's planning on putting a colony on Mars.
I'm scared of heights. I'm not making it to Mars.
Yeah, but height's relative.
Sort of.
So yeah,
But
from
as
the
I'm
moon
getting
to
out,
the,
as I'm getting out the orbit, I'm just gonna be looking out the window like.
yeah, but like from the moon to the Earth, the moon isn't higher than the Earth because height is unless you're saying height is relative to the Earth.
Height is relative to what I'm used to.
All right, okay.
If I'm used to standing on the Earth and I'm on Mars, I'm still gonna be like, what the fuck?
No, because if you're on Mars, height on Mars is relative to you, not like, oh my god, I'm so high up. Because you're on Mars. Do you get what I mean?
I've just had a thought. Are all the planets in line altitude-wise? Like, along the y-axis? Or do they all spin at different levels?
What?
Right. You know, a map of the solar system,
Yeah.
you normally have them all in a line,
Yeah.
and they all spin round the sun.
Yeah.
Do they all spin on that plane?
Can't reach. Hold up. Yeah, carry on.
Do they all spin on that plane? Or are they all a bit above and below each other? Am I not explaining myself? Or...
Oh, right. So on the x-axis, that's the x one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bottom one.
horizontal.
You're saying, do they all spin on the same level around the sun? So if you shot an arrow from the sun straight on that same horizontal axis,
Yeah.
would it be able to hit all the planets if they're in a line?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think they revolve. It's
But
just
how-
about distance. That's how we think. And at some point, those planets could align because they all move.
But they're never going to be perfectly in a line.
But they could be.
I mean, like...
But if it doesn't... They're different distances from the sun.
If I was laid on the floor, you're still in front of me. But if you shot an arrow at your head height, it wouldn't then hit me. But we may be in a line, but it doesn't mean that we'll both get hit by the
Yeah,
arrow.
but it could happen where all the planets miraculously align. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It could happen. It's very unlikely, but it could happen.
Okay. I kind of feel like you're not getting my point.
I'm getting your point. Like they're all on a line, but one's lower than the other.
Yeah.
And one's But if that was the case, then it doesn't matter the question that you're asking.
Why was I asking that?
I don't have a
I've
clue.
lost our track.
Oh, well. Right. So yeah, obviously, we'll feel like repercussions of him not being alive anymore. But I think for what he achieved and theorized and the stuff he conceived was so important for our understanding of the universe and life itself that gave back way more than we deserved.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, for someone who had all those, I don't know whether restrictions is the right word, but all those obstacles in his way of his disease and stuff like that,
Yeah.
to still make such a big impact just using his mind.
Yeah. It just shows.
It's crazy, yeah. And it would work the other way.
Yeah.
Someone can not have I don't want to say intelligence, but be a genius, but physically they can be superior to everyone else and make a huge difference using their physicality.
Go on, explain what you mean.
Well, surely...
Like Usain Bolt?
Yeah.
He's made such an impact on a sport,
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah, I get what you mean. Alright, okay.
Or Michael Phelps, just
Yeah.
bossing everything.
Yeah, he's made it so that it's difficult for anyone ever to beat him, but they will because he's advanced it to that point.
Yeah,
through
will
human
eventually
nature.
evolve.
Yeah. Not evolve, I don't think. I think there's just
Marginal
varieties
gains.
in the gene pool.
Yeah, I just think it's marginal gains. Every 100 years we'll shave 0.01 seconds off the 100 metres or something like that.
Yeah.
What,
Because there's got to be one of those, like, Usain Bolt in himself is essentially like a freak of...
Like an outlier.
Yeah.
But what time to run 100 metres do you think's like insane? Like, would never be able to get to?
Well, like something like 5 seconds. But statistically, you could say that it might be able to happen.
What, like a million years?
Yeah. That a natural born human could do it. But then in future, like something like cloning or like CRISPR, where they take different genes from different people and put them into other people, you could take attributes that make you ideal for running and add them into like a baby or a fetus and make it so that that baby will be able to do things that we could never dream of at the minute. You could take like the Hulk gene.
Is it like a form of superpowers then? Do you
I guess
think
it
that
is.
will be the real life version of superhumans?
But at that point, you are taking the choice away from the person that is being born into being a superhero. So is that ethically right? Unless with CRISPR you can actually change genes while someone's alive. So you can change, you can rebuild certain organs that are damaged, and you can like rebuild memory. So if someone's got CTE or like, so CTE is like brain damage.
Mm.
You can rebuild the brain tissue or something like Alzheimer's or something like that. You can rebuild the brain so that it remembers and then also can heal itself. So we could do that with skin tissue. You could do it insanely fast and repair skin tissue. They're starting to do it with fighters. Just like fighters that have had like really bad injury, like muscle soreness or injury, can have their muscles heal faster.
So all we need is like inbuild that into humans, then put a metal skeleton in them, and we'll have a real life Wolverine.
Essentially.
Hell yeah.
I like influencers having such a big, like we talked before about Kylie Jenner having such an influence on Snapchat just from one tweet.
Yeah.
And then people like...
That's happened again, by the way, with Rihanna. They lost like 800 million.
Oh yeah, you said.
They had I can't remember whether it was just... It was basically just something on the Discover page. I didn't know whether it was an actual
piece
Snapchat
of shit
one.
Discover page.
Oh, fucking... That Discover page is bullshit. Fucking hate it. Like, I've said to you, it keeps on pushing Philip Schofield's Snapchat story on me.
Not that I don't like Philip Schofield, but I just don't care.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in this world that I'm like, they exist, and I'm sure lots of people like them.
Yeah.
They just...
it's kind of like James Corden now, I'm not really bothered
Oh,
by
I
him.
fucking hate James Corden. This is just like, there's too much.
Mm.
Like, how can you feel for one thing if you see everything?
Yeah.
Like, if you see everything, then...
Where's the...
Yeah. What was my... yeah, Rihanna. She saw a page and it was like a poll. Would you rather slap Rihanna or punch Chris Brown? And she like made a tweet about it or something like that.
Alright.
And Snapchat lost 800 million in value on the stock market.
Well, that page is essentially just for people that want to pay to be on there. To push like their own like company or something.
You know, we've just said the Discovery page is bullshit. One day Lucid's going to be on that page and we're going to have to take some back.
But it's just, it's bullshit because they've essentially changed the whole format of Snapchat just to fit in this. It's essentially been bought by corporate entities so that they can push ads to kids. And some of the stuff on there, I don't know if they know because I'm 20 that it's fine to be on there. But if a 12-year-old kids, like they do have Snapchat and younger, like saw some of this stuff, like how to be better in sex and stuff like that. It's like, is it because I'm 20 that they're pushing those ads for me?
How many people watch those stories though?
Yeah, I bet a lot. I reckon a lot because it's private. You think Snapchat's not like monitoring you, but I'm sure it is. I'm sure people go, oh, well, I've deleted the chat. But if it came down to something serious, you could just be like, well, I'm sure they have record of it.
Well, Snapchat was always the idea of it is your messages disappear, but it was always like very transparent in like you had Snapchat best friends, so you could see who was talking to who.
I hate that.
Why?
Because
What you got
like
to hide, boy?
an invasion of privacy more than anything, and trust. If it's, for example, if you're in a relationship and they're like, oh, I don't trust you, I'm going to look at your Snapchat best friends, like, and they don't trust you. Surely the trust is built through the relationship, not because of Snapchat.
I think if someone is checking who you're talking to, like Snapchat best friends aren't a thing anymore, so it don't really matter. But if I was with someone and they were constantly checking who were my top 3 on Snapchat, I don't think that's going anywhere.
Yeah,
that relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it's like couples that go out in town. I don't know what my point is here, but I'm going to try and carry on going. But there's got to be some form of trust.
Yeah.
To both get drunk and like, I'm sure lots of fights happen in town because someone does something they shouldn't or something like that. I just think, like, if you were with someone and they were going out in town and you weren't going with them, if you've got a problem with that, then it's more of a problem with you than them.
Yeah. I get what you mean. But it's like people having such like influence over our lives. Like you were educating me on the Mark Zuckerberg thing earlier, on that they're in trouble for. It's essentially breaching human rights.
It's just data mining.
Yeah.
Just like building profiles
in the
about
shadiest
people.
way.
Yeah, so just to give a bit of context, this company called Cambridge Analytica were using like Facebook quizzes to get a sort of profile on people to see what they believe in and what they would be susceptible to. And these are the Cambridge Analytica are the people that ran Donald Trump's online campaign. And they bragged that there's like secret filming by Channel 4 of the CEOs of it, and they're like bragging about how they won certain states by 40,000 votes because they knew they targeted people in that state to try and just win it. And that's evidenced in that he won the electoral vote, but he didn't win the popular vote.
Yeah. That's strange. So with Facebook, what's been happening there?
I'm not really sure I think it's Facebook allowing it to happen is the reason Facebook are in trouble.
Yeah. So what were they doing? Allowing this company to... What was this to do with... is this a completely separate situation to the Donald Trump election, or is this all part of a big picture sort of thing?
It's all connected, but I wouldn't say they are overlapping.
Alright, okay.
Like, there is a connection between them, but I wouldn't say one thing leads to the other.
Yeah. So...
I think this company's always been doing it, and then he was just hired... They were just hired by Donald Trump to do his campaign.
But then also by Facebook to push ads to the right people.
Yeah, sort of. I just think it's back to the privacy thing we just talked about Snapchat, like Snapchat knowing you're 20 years old. Like,
do they know I'm 20 years old though, or are they just...
Yeah, they will do. They will 100% know.
Yeah. They'll know, but will that affect
do you have to put your birthday into Snapchat?
I think you do. I think you get a happy birthday thing.
Oh, do you? But no. Valentine's Day Snapchat. Still mad about
that. I don't know if they actually push ads because of your age. If everyone gets the same ads. Like if we looked at our Snapchats now, would we have the same ones?
I was thinking about that because on my trending page on YouTube, there was not a fairly big artist, but an artist I listened to called Kyle, and his new music video was on trending, and it only had 40,000 views.
Yeah, sometimes.
But I never listened to him on YouTube. I listened to him via Spotify.
Yeah.
So...
Was that to push for you, or was it them like helping a new artist, and it's just coincidence that
Well,
that's a new artist.
we'll be able
that you
to
like.
check if it's on your trending, then it's them pushing the artist.
Yeah,
If it's not on your trending, it's them pushing it to me.
yeah, it's bizarre.
But then that's not a trending page then.
Yeah, because
That
it's
is-
only trending with you, sort of thing.
But why wouldn't it then appear on my suggestions page? Because it's not in my suggestions page.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
They're trying to make it seem more popular than it is.
I don't necessarily think it's that. I think a lot of trending is paid for.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with paying for it, but I just think be clear on it.
Yeah, I think being open about it is
Like YouTube should be like, well, trending is paid for. Like
Yeah.
people pay to be on trending. It shouldn't be like, oh, it's because your topic that you're talking about is either controversial enough or interesting enough to be on trending. If it's paid for, or if they do it when someone complains about it, just to show that it's not paid for, but it kind of is. Like they should be open about that, especially if it's a platform where people's jobs, people's literally jobs, rely on the platform, and they need to know why shit's getting on trending and why it's not.
Yeah, it does make it a little, awkward.
Well,
probably.
this is what makes you think of it. Logan Paul's video of in the Japanese suicide forest was on trending.
Yeah.
So was that? But that's not a topic that YouTube condone, or what happened. They don't condone that. So why was it on trending?
But it was a popular video.
But yeah, it was a popular video. But if it's based on popularity, then anything can go on there. But then why is a 40,000 viewed video on it?
Yeah. I just think it's all a little weird. Like, it should have a tag. Should say, like, on Twitter, it says promoted tweet.
Or like sponsored by.
Yeah.
And then the channel's name or someone else's name on a different channel, or
All they
a
have to do
company or a
is
business
make the
or-
tile, like, a different colour if it's an advert.
Yeah. Or if it's been paid for.
Yeah.
I don't know, you can't, surely with a company this big they should be able to define what will allow you to get on trending, what will allow you not to, because they have so much data to prove what gets on trending.
This isn't to say that, like, all adverts are wrong, though. Adverts can work.
Yeah.
Like, say you've got a new podcast and you've just made some t-shirts.
Yeah.
Now would be the opportune time to segue into that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've obviously made some t-shirts, and if you follow me on Instagram and have me on Snapchat, you'll see that I've posted about them. The reason a lot of people will be confused by why we have t-shirts, because you'll be like, oh, well, you're just going to use it for your own personal gain, like money. And any money that I earn, or me and Ollie earn, and like Steve now collectively kind of earn through the clothing, I'll put my original money back into the clothing, and then any money that I gain will be put towards making this podcast better through cameras, through equipment and stuff, so that we can provide a better just better experience for everyone that watches and enjoys the content. I can understand why it seems like not shady, but like to like exploit people to buy merch sort of thing. But it's
Please never call it merch again. Please, I hate
but
that word.
it's what's like at the minute. No one in YouTube is getting paid very much.
Yeah, like this is a small channel. It doesn't have adverts or anything.
It's going to take a while before we do add adverts, and if we can provide with people with a nice clothing, like the t-shirts are really nice. Like if we can provide people with that, not provide, but allow people to have the choice to pay for that.
Yeah,
We're not forcing it.
It's not like you see some people out. They have like Patrons and that.
Yeah.
And it's just no, Patreon's probably not the best example. Something like Twitch, where people donate for enjoying the content, but they don't really get anything back for the donation.
They get the shout out and stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
But with this, you get a t-shirt,
and you're supporting.
Yeah, and the main reason, like, I think this has happened is because, sort of like looking online, like I've looked at ways of improving a podcast or what. I don't want to just say podcast anymore because we were also doing some other stuff. We'll get into that a bit later.
The channel.
Like the channel.
Yeah.
That's a good overviewing word. Quality is the main reason people
Come back.
It's so not just quality of the content that we are doing, but the quality of, for example, this is just audio, but it's a good mic. Like, you've put that investment into a good mic, and that cost you a fair bit. I don't really want to get into like figures and that, but to get that quality initially, like, we could have just recorded off the built-in mic in the laptop. We did that once, and we had to restart. But making sure it's good quality, even though my voice might not be, kind of helps the podcast improve. And by selling t-shirts, we can buy a camera, maybe even look into having mics. Like individual mics.
Sort of so it's like not as spread out across the room. And then it would just be to support the channel. Like, it mean that in the future, if it becomes viable, I can do less time, a full-time job, and focus more time on a channel. Yeah, I know this is talking a lot in the future, but like having those like points in place, like merch, or if we ever came to it, like Patreon or something like that, I think it just like makes things easier on us instead of being broke and trying to afford to run something. You can't afford to run. Sorry, I've got a bad cold.
Have you?
Not really a bad cold, it's more of just like an ending of a cold.
Woke up last night and I just like went to the toilet and I sneezed 8 times in a row. And it was like, you try when you know like everyone else is asleep in the house, and you're trying to be quiet. No, I've got a loud sneeze. So it was like, alright, 1's not bad. 2, I'm like, alright, that's forgivable. Like 3rd or 4th, I'm like, oh no. 5th and 6th, I'm like, shit.
Jesus, I don't know if I've ever sneezed 8 times in a row.
It hurt, like on the like 7th and 8th one.
I think when you try and like to hold a sneeze in as well, it hurts even more when it comes out. But if you just accept,
I was also like moving shit around the bathroom, like what's making me sneeze? Like what am I allergic
scrambling
to?
for answer. Yeah, so we will. I think we're planning on. Jesus Christ!
What?
Why is that so hot?
Does it normally get that hot?
No. Yeah, so we'll make a video on t-shirts and like just a shorter video, I think, just explaining why. Something that I could put on my like Instagram and stuff. But whatever people think, they think it's nice. It's nice merch.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah,
so
I've got it on now, so
I'm not going to big it up. You have to win me over with the actual shirt, yeah.
It's really good quality. It's like really nice materials, 100% cotton. It's the OT way. Sorry, OTA.
I was just about to say like OTA, but that's stupid.
Right, so we also had that Russian attack, which I'm scared about.
Why?
Because if Russia wanted to kill us, they could do what the fuck they wanted.
But they didn't want to kill us. They wanted to kill one of their ex.
Yeah, but it's essentially an act of like war.
I feel like there's some things you just got to let slide.
What?
Like
murder?
Yeah, but
they attempted murder. They didn't actually die, which is surprising.
Did he not die?
I thought he died. I don't think they died.
Oh.
I thought they died originally, but then I heard the next day that they were just like surviving.
Oh. Well,
not in a good way.
I feel like these things escalate rather quickly.
Well, I don't know if they're dead or not, but I had a feeling that they weren't. So don't quote me on that.
What, BBC News? Joe Spur says ex-Russian spy still alive. But I just think yes, they attempted to kill that person. Right. You can't go, right, that's it, war. You have to be like, alright, no, that's a bad thing. You shouldn't have done that. We're going to punish you in a different way. but it's going to be slightly less.
Well, but we would not be able to punish the Russians. The Russians would kill us, like destroy us. They're way more technically advanced. They've got a bigger army, and they're crazy motherfuckers.
You have seen British people complain.
No, but the Russians, like, notoriously have a very, like, advanced army. And numbers.
I don't think numbers matter anymore in war.
And more nuclear capability.
Yeah, I think that matters.
Yeah, so, and they're obviously developing nerve agent, and the only way you can develop nerve agent is through government. You'd have to be a government level scientist to be able to develop nerve agent. Get the resources for it. Maybe in Russia it's a bit different, but...
Yeah, I'm sure someone could get hold of something and do that, but it's more than likely a government level
Yeah.
thing.
Who's making nerve agent in the back garden?
Mm.
It's so, like, intricate to do.
I just don't want us to go to war ever again.
No, obviously you don't want people to die. But would you rather a prime minister who is willing to protect their people by launching a nuclear attack?
You twat. As if you've turned this into a thing on Jeremy Corbyn.
Would you rather a prime minister that was willing to protect... I never said that. That's what you're assuming.
No, this is your angle. I've got you caught.
No, I never said that. You're assuming that I'm going to say that. Would you rather a prime minister is willing to launch a nuclear attack to protect the citizens of their country, or someone that's willing to stand by and allow themselves to be nuked to prevent war? Would you rather be protected or allowed to be beaten up in a fight?
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
So you're saying, in a fight, you would rather be rather be attacked and killed than be protected by your government?
Well, that analogy doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because either your government protects you or they do not.
The equivalent of you saying this is, let's say you murder Ollie, so I murder you for murdering Ollie.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent. That's the analogy.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
Right, listen to this. Your best mate is an MMA fighter. They're very highly trained. They have the ability to protect you from anyone in a fist fight because they can.
But that's not the analogy here.
No. But another person comes along and beats you up. Would you rather your friend stand by and allow them to beat you up and kill you, or protect you? Would you rather be protected?
But it's
or
not
killed?
my decision.
Yeah, I know it's not your decision, but would you rather that person be able to protect you? No, protect you or not?
They're a free person. I'd let them do what they wanted to do.
Oh my god, you're such a cunt. I know that you want to say that I'm right, but I know that you're not going to say...
I will never ever say that you are right.
But I know you're not going to say that.
But it's different. Like, your analogy
It's different.
here...
If someone has the ability to protect you, and they can, why wouldn't they?
But if...
Why would you not want them to do that?
Let's say a country launches a nuke. Country A launches a nuke at country B.
Mm-hmm.
Once that's been launched, I don't think there's much you can do to stop it.
Yeah, but it's going to one place. It's not destroying the whole country.
Yes.
And they could launch more. It's a deterrent.
Yes. But as that nuke lands, kills all those people, you say initially fire another one back.
Yeah.
So that kills some of their people, so they fire another one back. And you just keep on trading blows until everyone's dead.
So they should fire a nuke, kill us, and then no consequences.
Not saying no consequences,
But
I'm just not
if
saying...
you run up on them, on their country, to enforce your consequences, they're going to kill you and then nuke your country again. And then is there no consequences? And then is there no consequences? And then does it carry on until there's nothing left of the UK?
Let's say, go back to country A, because I don't like applying countries here.
Yeah, X and Y.
No, A and B.
A and B.
Right. Country A fires nuke at country B. Country C doesn't like that. Country D doesn't like that. Country E doesn't like that. And then you all form, like, the UN, and they're all like, well, we're going to have to do something about country A. So that they'd all come together and they'd sort of stop trading with them. Stop any joint operations to help country A, and you just slowly not strangle them, but like cut them off.
So essentially killing off the country, but just slower.
Sort of, but
so is that at that point, in your merciful way, when do you then allow them to continue as normal? Never. So you're killing
no
them all.
forgiveness.
So you're killing them all.
Yeah, but it's up to them to save their people.
Yeah, but they're going to die through no money. Like, people then starve, lose their jobs, and it's a lot slower death and a lot more.
Or I'd forgive them once the regime changed.
But
there's like Germany.
It's not the people. You're saying that, like, it's the same as a nuke. It's not the people's fault that their government did this. It's the government's fault, or the person in charge's fault.
But,
so why should we punish the whole of the country when we could attack their central city?
Punishing the whole country is the side effect. You're punishing the government, which then has a drop-down effect to everyone else. And then all the people will get upset with the government will change, and you can then start dealing with that country.
So I don't believe in, if a country fires a nuke at the UK, firing one back?
No, I wouldn't fire. If I was in charge of the country, I would not fire one back.
You'd allow them to kill the citizens without any consequences?
No.
The consequences that you've just described, and then what if the country manages to stay on its feet and it's completely fine? Then what do we do?
It could well do, but the rest of the world will know not to deal with that country.
Yeah, but what if they're completely fine and there's no there's nothing wrong? Like, Britain, yeah, we'd struggle, but if we fired a nuke at someone and they cut off all, like, supplies to our country, we'd be able to survive, but we'd struggle, but we'd be able to survive. And there's no one in the country has had any consequences from it or anything like that. Is that okay? But
it's the picking your battles. Like, pick a little country.
A country with 30 people on it, right?
And they've got nukes.
Somehow they've got nukes, right? In this situation,
Dave from down the road found one in the shed.
They fire nukes at a country that is bigger and when they fire the nuke, they kill millions. Let's say, the population of London, for example, if they fired a nuke on London, so they kill the whole of London. Do you then fire a nuke back at this country that's only got 30 people? Or
why would you waste a nuke on 30 people? What a waste of money.
But you're getting the people that you know are guaranteed to be in charge.
Yeah, but you just fly over there and get them. It's 30 people. You can send an army of 10,000.
No. This isn't part of the point. It doesn't matter. Do you kill those 30 people with the nuke?
No, you send them to prison.
So why don't you go into that country, Russia, and send them to prison? Or not Russia, a bigger country, and send them to prison?
Because you're not going to be able to get to them.
But what if this country's in the middle of another country inside that country? And you'd have to go through another country to get to that country.
Yeah. So you'd have to form an alliance, like I said. So at that point, if you can't barge into a country and arrest all the people involved, or know that you're going to be able to get justice with minimal casualties, you do it the diplomatic way and cut them off.
I just don't think that, like, if someone attacks us with knowing the consequence of a nuclear weapon, knowing that that's the case, and then nothing happens to them immediately, they're just going to fire more. And then if they carry on doing it, and to other countries, then millions becomes billions. And they could essentially kill billions because people are not going to have there's no consequence. Or you kill them, and then more and more are saved.
Yeah.
Instead of just cutting their supply chains off, which will eventually have an effect.
But that's not how it works. Like, countries have alliances with other countries.
Yeah, but people are people.
Yeah.
It's not about countries. Like, we can have an alliance with America, but Donald Trump at some point could just go, fuck them, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care, personally. It's not about countries. But then it's about people's being cunts, essentially.
Yeah, but say country A nukes country B, just because country B could fire 10 missiles back and completely destroy country A, doesn't mean it stopped. because country A could have an alliance with a different country, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to fire our nukes at you.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure at some point, yeah, I know I've just said we're dealing with people and they're not rational, but once someone fires a nuke, if they get one in return, if they receive one in return, but if they've got an alliance, if A's got an alliance with Z, and A and Z then fire, because Z's in an alliance already, and they know there's no consequences for firing nukes, they're just going to fire and take over. That's the idea of a tyrannical government.
But
if there's an alliance in the first place and there's no consequences for firing a nuke, which you said there is not going to be any, and straight away, immediate consequences, yeah, you can cut off the supply chains, but it'll take months to starve people out and for a government to be overthrown.
Not just starve people out, but like making the living conditions of that country worse.
Yeah, so it's going to take a while. And then say, right, for example, it's easy. Russia and North Korea are in an alliance, for example. Russia fire on the UK, no consequences happen except from their supply chains cut. North Korea's nothing's happened to them just because they're in an alliance. Then North Korea start firing on the UK. Then, like someone else, like, I don't know, who else is it? China, for example, they're in bed with the North Koreans, which they're not at all. But they start firing on the UK because there's no problem. They've got no repercussions straight away. Do you not fire back? Do you keep holding off? And just hoping that supply chains are cut?
Well, I think there's a difference between one nuke and multiple nukes.
And you're assuming that companies that sell to the Russians, not like weapons or anything, food, like supplies, are going to be like, yeah, we'll just cut off billions and billions and billions of pounds because they're just people. They're not companies that are in charge by a government.
But do you not think say country A nuked country B, every major company in country B would probably, not all of them, majority of them, would stop dealing with country A?
I don't think that's true at all. By human design, we're designed to strive for more and get more money and carry on like growing our business. And if it's going to mean that this business now is out of business because they deal with the Russians, someone is not going to put their own personal life and like bank account into jeopardy just because of that.
But do you not think they would have employees that have known people that died?
Yeah, they will.
That wouldn't want to work for the company
employees,
anymore.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, and if they didn't work for them anymore, then that would mean that they would lose their jobs, and then they'd probably fucking lose their lives because the Russians would just nuke them back.
But if the company from country B carries on dealing with country A, people from country B won't buy from that company anymore.
Wait, what did you say?
So, country A nukes country B.
Yeah.
Country B...
The company in country B.
Yeah, that deals with country A. The people in country B won't buy from that company.
That same company in country B?
Yeah.
But, for example, in the UK, it's a lot smaller industry than in Russia because Russia's so much bigger that it wouldn't... I don't think it'd matter if they lost the UK, it'd matter if they lost Russia. Companies, at the end of the day, don't give a shit. Since when has a company gone to you, oh, no, we won't deal to them, or like, we won't deal to you because of the way you are? They don't care, they just want your money. They've got no morals, essentially. That's how they got to the position they're at.
Not necessarily.
So you're assuming that a company will just be like, no, we're not going to deal billions and billions and billions of a company we built from scratch, not just because, but because of your own nuclear war. Your own war. I just think it's naive to think that you can allow someone to nuke you with no repercussions, immediate repercussions, and think that they won't do it again. But the idea of firing another one is a deterrent to stop them doing it again because they know the consequences. But if the consequences aren't immediate...
But doesn't everyone already know the consequences?
Yeah, but people are fucking idiots.
Yeah, so if they're a fucking idiot, they're going to do it again no matter whether you fire one back or not.
But if you blow them up, they won't. Because they can't.
I just think you're sort of just going to trade blows with them.
Yeah, but the thing is, once one country fires nukes every country goes against them, and if one fires one back and they fire another one, everyone would pile on. I don't know if that's true.
But you asked me whether I would. So say they
if
nuke country.
If they nuke this country and you were Prime Minister, you would not fire a nuke back in any circumstances.
But just because I wouldn't doesn't mean another country wouldn't.
Yeah, right. So in your country, they fire a nuke on the United Kingdom. Would you not condone firing one back?
I think it's very situational, but on majority of the cases, I would not fire back.
What? Because you wouldn't want to have that many people killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like that, I'm not agreeing with killing people.
Imagine like
I'm agreeing with not killing people. I'm agreeing that
I'd rather send armed forces to go bomb wherever the people are that launched it. Basically,
specific.
That's like the surgical approach. Your approach is just getting a massive hammer and just smashing up the body until the tumour's gone and then going, done.
But then, that like surgical approach, how long is it going to take for you to send people out to Russia, plan and like straight away, find out where the Prime Minister is, President Putin?
Dumb man.
In Russia, we're talking about Russia because that's what this situation is. In Russia, like find him, execute that plan. By then, he could have launched 50 more nukes.
No, it doesn't matter. If a person's going to fire 50 nukes, they won't be alive for very much longer.
But if they fired 50 more nukes, when you could have fired one...
Yeah, but you would have killed so many innocent people.
But they will have killed billions more, exponentially, because they're firing upon multiple
But just because they've killed loads doesn't mean you get to kill innocents.
I never said that. I was saying
but you are.
It's stopping the killing of more innocents. So you value more life over less life, essentially. We have to. In this situation, you can't say that it's okay to kill innocent people, because no one's saying that. I'm valuing more life over less life.
So you're saying it's right to kill someone if it saves a life?
No, I'm saying it's right to kill one person if it saves two. Not right. I'm saying it's immorally wrong completely and you should never do it. But if you come down to a situation where you're saving billion instead of 100 million, which is a fucking disgusting number, you'd save the billion.
I think your one life for two...
You can't value life over another. You can't say one life is more valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you put all life on the same...
But as a Prime Minister or President of your country, shouldn't you value your people's life more than others?
Exactly, so you don't want them to be nuked, so you nuke them back.
Shit, I've just done myself in with my point. Fuck. Can we edit that out?
No.
But I'm just saying, like, 1 for 2, I don't think is a good exchange.
Yeah, but if there was one person in front of you and you had a gun and you went, right, I'm going to kill one or I'm going to kill two, you'd kill one, wouldn't you? You had to. You have no way out of this situation.
But it depends on who the people are.
No, you see life on a complete same spectrum and the people are like complete anomalies within life.
Yeah, but
itself.
It doesn't work like that. Like,
yeah, right. You're blindfolded. There's one person there, there's two people there. You have a gun in your hand and it's pointed at either one or two. You either kill one or two. Knowing it's either one or two.
I turn it on myself.
Well, then you're killing your own life. So you valued your own life at the same as everyone else. That's fair.
Yeah, I value my life.
So you'd nuke yourself if you were Prime Minister?
No.
So you fucked yourself there then?
No.
So that's what you've said.
Rather than killing other people, if I was in a situation where I had
You'd shoot yourself.
I'd rather kill myself than someone else.
So you'd rather shoot yourself than launch nukes?
No, because that's not the same thing. Those two things aren't equivalent. I'm just saying I value other human life more than my own.
Yeah. So, and you said, as a Prime Minister, you should value your people's life over the other people's life. So would you value your own people's life more or theirs less? Which you said that you would do. Would you nuke your own country or would you nuke...
No.
You're essentially nuking your own country because they're going to launch nukes if you don't nuke them.
Yeah, but how do you know they're not going to still launch nukes if you nuke them?
Because if you get the spot's going to stop growing.
I don't think they're all going to be in a nice, neat little pile, Jack.
But they'll all be in a centralised like area in the country. Hopefully.
I think if a country fires nukes, they all scatter.
Right. Well, you attack where you assume the main person is, and how would that work if you're sending a task force in to kill someone? You wouldn't know where they were because they've scattered.
Because you search the whole country.
The whole of Russia. How long?
We're not putting labels on this.
How long
remember?
would you think it would take to search the whole of Russia for
Ages, but it wouldn't just be my country.
But he would be launching nukes back at the same time. You can't assume that he'd fire one and be done with it, and then you just cut off supply chains. That'd be.
But
the
you
end of
can't
it.
assume that firing one back will stop them.
But it's more of a deterrent than not firing anything.
But my way doesn't kill innocent people.
Well, it does. It kills your own innocent people. Because you're not stopping.
Alright, on the other side.
Yeah, but... Yeah, fair enough, it doesn't kill innocent people, but it kills innocent people of your own, which you said you value more.
Yeah, I fucked myself there, didn't I?
Yeah. See, like... There's no right answer because we hope that we never get into the situation.
Yeah, this isn't a place where I'm gonna convince you with facts and be like, this is why I'm right.
There's no facts to prove it.
This is a moral decision. Comes down to who you are as a person.
Yeah. But it's like... I'll change the subject now. There's a study into automated cars in which the car will either...
I was going to bring this up when you said the one person or the two person thing, because that's why I said it depends on who it is.
Yeah.
Because in the automatic car, it's a set of train tracks, and it's like there's 3 old people there and 1 child on the other track. You have to switch the tracks. Who do you kill?
Yeah.
And it's sort of, you may be killing 3 people, but these are 3 people that have had a long life.
Yeah.
Whereas the one is a child that hasn't experienced the world.
But does that
yet.
mean you value the child's life over the older people because you're choosing to kill them instead?
Yeah, I'd value the child's life over the 3 old people.
3 old people?
Yeah.
I don't know, in terms of like the cars, so recently someone died in an automated car accident by Uber, I think, in which there was someone behind the wheel but the car crashed. I don't know if it killed the person inside or someone else. But the car essentially came into a situation where it was either self-preservation, keep the person in the car alive, or kill someone else. So essentially drive into a wall or drive
What
into
do
a
you
person.
think it should do? Not what it did do. What do you believe it should do?
You can't... I don't know. It's so difficult because...
I'd lean on the side of put the people in the car in the danger.
In the danger?
Yeah.
Because the people on the sidewalk are not really anything to do with this situation.
Yeah, the people in the car decided to get into this self-driving car. They knew the consequences. As long as you outline that beforehand.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's situational, but on most of the time, I'd go
But
for...
a car can't situationally decide at this point in time with the technology.
But that's the whole point of these quizzes.
So yeah, all the time would you put the car?
No, not all the time.
But at the minute, because you can't choose between old people and the young people in the car. You literally have to put a program into it saying, if there is that situation, a wall or people, would you hit the wall or the people?
The wall.
The wall.
Yeah.
That's what I'd choose as well.
Yeah.
You have to because...
We finally agreed on something.
You have to because, like you said, they're inside a car that they've chosen to be inside.
Yeah.
It's so difficult because on one side you go, well, there could be kids in the car. But they haven't chosen to be in that car with the parents. The parents have chosen for them to be in there for themselves.
But
So
the parents are responsible for the children.
So you choose. So a life depends on responsibility. So if
No, but in that situation, if a child's in the car, the child's not chosen to get into that car. But the parent or guardian that is responsible for
I guess it's the same even if it wasn't automated.
Yeah.
The parents put the kid in that car. They are responsible for it. But
do you not think if a human was at the wheel and had the decision, what would they pick? If it wasn't an automated car, and
Humans
you were...
pick self-preservation
Yes.
every time.
Yes. Not every time, majority.
Well,
I don't want to deal
if
in
you ever see
absolutes.
a car accident, the damage is always on the passenger side because the
Yeah.
driver always tries to evade.
That's why whenever we get into a car with like more than 3 or more people, I always sit behind the driver.
Yeah.
If I've not got a shotgun, I sit behind the driver because it's the safest seat in the car.
Mm. So, like, should we base machine thinking on the same way humans think?
No.
Because humans are innately flawed.
Yeah, machines should be better.
But then if we... so difficult. But then you get into, like, a topic of, like, AI is... Because AI, you say machines should be better, does that mean AI is more valuable than human life?
No.
But it's a conscious being that's thinking, and it's more, like, it's better than humans.
But it's man-made.
So's
I feel like when I'm in a robot concentration camp, this is going to get played back to me. just as they're wailing on my face.
But it has, if it's true AI, it has complete, like, control over its brain.
Yeah, but it's
like
manufactured.
Like you do.
But it's manufactured.
But you are. You're made
No.
in a baby.
I'm
You're a baby.
organically made.
Yeah, but like, what is to say what is to say what's organic or not?
If the robot grows on its own and just appears, then it's as valuable as a human life. If there are machine... Oh, yeah, but humans make humans.
Yeah.
Fuck. I do this all the time on the podcast, by the way. I've got a point in my head and I'm like, yeah, this is a great point, but then, like, the other half of my brain is working to counteract me.
Yeah.
So I'll stop and go, oh, shit. No,
Well, what
never mind.
defines, like, life in terms of, like, consciousness? Is human the peak of consciousness? Or would AI be above consciousness because it can know everything?
But a robot can be remade. The same robot can be remade.
You can clone a person.
Not legally. Like, say you had...
Yeah,
So-
but AI cannot be remade. The same AI cannot be remade.
I'm pretty sure it can.
No, because AI is intelligence, like human intelligence, like a clone.
Yeah, but if you give it the same conditions, it will become the same robot.
Yeah, but if you give a cloned person the same conditions, it'll become a person.
But you can't clone humans.
You can. You can clone other animals.
Cloned a sheep. It's a bit different to a human.
It is quite similar. Within 20 years, you'll be able to clone humans.
But I don't think you'll ever be allowed to. But anyway,
I think you will.
let's get... So, a track. There's a human and an AI
A
robot.
completely conscious AI robot.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which do you kill?
I don't know.
I
Like, a lot of people smart will answer that question.
yeah.
But if it's so it's 3 old women, and it's a baby AI. Looks
Baby
exactly
AI.
like looks like exactly like a baby AI. It's not just a computer. It is the physical form of a human with a robot brain, but it's AI.
Get rid of the baby.
So why does that change when it's a human?
Because this is my whole point. If you get a robot and you put the same programming and the same conditions,
Yeah, but AI kind of says that programming isn't part of AI because it's artificial intelligence.
yeah, but it's so there's a thing called machine learning,
Yeah, that's different to artificial intelligence.
but it's the same sort of idea.
Yeah, but no. Because machine learning, your computer machine learns to push you certain ads. And the
No.
YouTube algorithm is based on machine learning.
But
Through what you watch gets pushed towards you. Yeah, machine learning is like that, but artificial intelligence has its own brain, essentially. Not a physical brain, but a brain.
I just think that robot could be remade.
Yeah, but that's like saying that those old women could be remade, or
But they couldn't.
a real baby could be
But they
remade.
couldn't.
Yeah, because you can clone. We're closer to cloning people than we are to making artificial intelligence.
But I don't think you'll be allowed to clone people.
I think we will.
No.
I think we will. Have you seen The Island?
No.
Well, basically, celebrities clone themselves so that if anything ever goes wrong with them, they can take their body parts from the clone.
Yeah.
Legally, it's fucked
But
up.
a clone isn't the same person.
Eh? Yeah, but replicating an artificial intelligence isn't the same artificial intelligence you made in the first place. You can put all the programming into it, all the genes, all the like nuances of a person into that clone. It won't be the same, but it'll be as close as possible. And that's the same with a program. You can put all the programming, all the genes, all the such and such into that thing. It won't be the same, but it'll be damn close.
But I think if I'll concede that maybe it won't be exactly the same with the robot.
Yeah.
But do you not think the robot would be closer to what it was meant to be than a human? So say a couple have a baby dies. If a couple have a baby again, that baby is going to be nowhere near.
Yeah, that's
the
not a
original
clone baby.
But I'm not saying cloning. I'm getting rid of cloning. I don't think cloning will be a thing.
Yeah, so if you have basic parameters for artificial intelligence for it to abide by, like we do in society with laws, they can they can not abide the laws because they're artificial intelligence, but they can. So if you have those certain things that you put in place, like they're not allowed to attack people, but they can choose not to. It's a grey area. But then they have all those things. It won't make the same thing. It won't make the same thing due to the law of artificial intelligence. Because it's literal intelligence, just because it's called intelligence because it is intelligence like a person, but the artificial part is just there because it's not human.
But do you not think that if you try to replicate, so the process of building a robot, right, and the process of making a human, the process of making a robot, process of making a human.
Mm.
You had a old robot model, and you were trying to remake that as close as possible. It's easier to do that than to get a deceased human and remake that human.
Yeah, but because we're talking about artificial intelligence, not a robot. They're different. Completely different.
I wouldn't say completely.
Yeah, there's a human robot and a human and artificial intelligence are closer than a robot and artificial intelligence. Because a robot is based on program. Yeah, and you're saying recreating a robot, not artificial intelligence.
But with artificial intelligence, there's some programming.
Yeah, there's basic, but that the idea of artificial intelligence, there's some programming in my genes.
But I
can choose to go against them.
But not.
Like, I don't have an urge to kill, but I could have an urge to kill.
Yeah, but not man-made. They are. Yours is biological programming. The robots is man-made.
Yeah.
Programming.
Yeah, but aren't we man-made? Because we're made by men and women.
No.
Isn't biological programming just natural programming that happens because of a cause and effect outcome? Like, my biological programming has happened for such and such reasons. Robots or an artificial intelligence, biological programming has happened for such and such reasons.
I can't get over you saying that people are man-made.
We are man-made. We're made by men.
No, but you're a biological being. Man-made means...
You were about to say made by men.
No, I wasn't. I was going to say formed by men.
But
actually, people aren't man-made. They're women-made.
I said men is the generalised term for the whole of everyone.
Please use human. You sexist pig.
But we are man. We are mankind. We're not human. We are humankind as well, I guess. But you can use the term mankind. We're not talking about stereotype or like the way we talk about pronouns. We're talking about like AI and I have a completely different argument on that if we can go into that.
I've started losing, so I'm going to shift the argument.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that came all from Russians. Fucking hell. Right. Let's lighten the topic down a bit. Right, let's talk about Game of Thrones reaction stuff that we've been doing a bit of. Basically, we've got 3 videos in the pipeline, but we are a bit retarded.
We've fucked 2.
We fucked 2 of them. One is really good, isn't it? Well, no, all of them are really good. It's just... So for the first one, we used a phone to record our faces, and then we were going to edit in Game of Thrones footage whilst we were watching it, But what happened is we couldn't sync up the footage of us with the video footage, and like the noise in the background of the video.
So basically
there.
what happened was we watched the episode from a DVD, and for us to get a file to sync up, we had to use the Blu-ray edition.
Yeah.
The Blu-ray edition has 1 minute and something extra footage.
Yeah.
So
And then even at the start, there's like differences between the like runtime of the intro and like the like little like disclaimers within the video and stuff.
So it was always going to be off. So that one is going to be no footage, and that's going to be just
A little bit of highlights of us talking about
yeah,
and like laughing about it, or not laughing.
oh yeah, you were definitely laughing in that reaction.
So then
the episode we start on, by the way, is season 3, episode 9, The Reigns of Castamere. If you don't watch the show, you won't know what happens in that episode. If you do watch the show, you're like, oh shit.
yeah. But so then we recorded a second episode, and for some reason the file, we changed it so that the phone was no longer recording audio, but we have my mic recording audio, and we lost the file. I lost the file. I'll take blame for it, I don't know how. But we have that synced, so we can edit it down and release the.
So they're all going to slightly improve. So
Yeah.
first video is going to have no visual footage. Second one's going to have visual footage but poor audio.
Yeah.
And then
The third one's good audio and visual footage.
yeah, so third one is when we've got it down.
Yeah.
But there's still good videos, but just quality. Like talking before, when I was like buying the shirts helps us get better quality. Doesn't matter how good our camera is and how good our mic is,
Yeah.
we're still humans.
Yeah.
If we were AI robots, then maybe.
Yeah, exactly. More intelligent. But yeah, that's where we're at. We like making them. They're really fun to make. So we made episode 9 and 10, season 3 of Game of Thrones. Then we made
Honest Trailers reaction.
Honest Trailers, the YouTube channel Honest Trailers reaction to season 1 through 3.
So excited to get into season 4.
I really want to watch it though.
I'm buzzing.
Do we have to video them all? No. Do you know which ones are key?
Yeah, but if I only film the key ones, you're going to be expecting.
No, but I was expecting it for the thing, but the Red Wedding one, but I never expected what was going to happen to happen.
Yeah, but
it's one of those shows where I have no idea. Like, I wish I knew.
so there's sort of. Let me just think.
I really want to watch them today.
Season 4. There's 3 episodes that I want to get your reaction for.
Really?
But there are bits in between them that I'd like reactions. Like, I'm torn. I get what you mean. It's easier to just react to the big moments ones.
Yeah.
But I think that dampens your reaction because you're expecting something.
Nah, it doesn't.
But I also think the episodes where nothing really happens is build up. Like...
But I just want to watch them, Steve.
Yeah.
I want to record them, but at the same time, it's like... I can't watch them until, like, Wednesdays. And I'm like, I'm waiting. I haven't watched one in ages and I've got, like, withdrawal. I just need some catharsis. I need some help.
Well, we just need
Can we watch one? Can we watch them tonight, please? We watch like.
I feel
3.
like your mum. Like, no Game of Thrones tonight.
And can we watch like 3 tonight?
No.
Why?
Fucking can't be arsed.
Please come over and we'll watch 3 tonight.
3. Holy shit.
It's not difficult. It's 3 hours. If we start at 5, we finish at 8. We could go. We'll talk about this after.
Well, I was just about to say, are you doing much at the weekend?
No, but I want to watch them now, Steve. I don't think you understand.
But if you can wait till the weekend, we can blitz like 8.
No. Well, we can blitz 8 anyway. We could do this as well.
No.
Please,
I just
Steve.
can't be asked to do it today.
Why, you lazy fucker? Please.
Oh.
You don't understand the pain.
I do understand the pain because I've had that pain. I've had
to wait years for each
Yeah.
episode to come out, but that's not an option. They're here, and I have the ability to watch them with you. You're just disallowing me that ability. Yeah, you had ages to wait, but they weren't even made.
You're capped to 2 episodes a week now.
Fuck no, I'm not down. Unban that game. Fuck. Right. So other things with the channel. So in the post at the minute we've got a gaming capture card for gameplays and such. I spoke about this very briefly on the last video, the video we did. Just saying that there will be gaming podcast sort of things, and I think they might stick to that for a bit. When I get the capture card, we'll do a few videos. We're thinking of doing a UFC one because Steve gets triggered on that, and then maybe doing a Fortnite one.
Maybe
We could do
go for my inside leg all the fucking time.
we could do a Fortnite one where we drink, do a drinking game sort of thing, which would be quite fun.
Not drinking game.
Drink a chug jug. You have to drink.
So
When everyone else has to drink, sort of thing. I'm sure there's rules out there for a Fortnite drinking game, but it'd be fun to record that. I think.
I don't think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be very fun.
I think it'd be fun for people to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it'd be fun
We're
to
putting our
record.
bodies on the line for this, and then, I'm planning on God of War comes out on the 20th of April. We could do a dual playthrough of it, so you could come round and we could play it together.
Just
and,
whilst we're
react
talking about this,
together.
put in the comments any games you want us to do.
Horror games.
Yeah, horror games, because I'm a bit of a pussy.
Same.
Mainly in horror games, I walk through doors backwards so the thing can't scare me.
I was thinking
like that.
Outlast because it's fucking horrific.
I've never seen any footage of it.
That's good.
I'd rather one where both of us haven't seen anything.
Yeah, but that's like fucking Game of Thrones. You've seen everything and you're sat there looking at me like...
So what, would Outlast be your revenge for Game of Thrones?
No, on Outlast I watched it a long time ago and I can't really remember, and there's the DLC Whistleblower DLC, which is always
I know
like
a game we
£5.
should play. Alien Isolation.
Yeah, but that's horrific.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as scary as Outlast, but...
No, it's not as scary, but... Fuck me. I've played a little bit of it. I think I've still got it on the Xbox upstairs. And I shit myself at that game. I stopped playing, it's just the thing comes into the room and you just have to be still, but everything in your body's like, run, run, run.
Yeah, so horror games will be really fun to play. Even if they're old games, it's like...
But even little indie games like Limbo, you ever played that?
No.
Yeah, Limbo's a good one. Inside.
Yeah.
That's another... we'll definitely do Game of Thrones, Telltale games.
Yeah. And then The Walking... Well, I've seen all the Walking Dead ones. So
I haven't.
What, seen them?
I've got them all, but I haven't done them.
Yeah.
So yeah, just comment...
Any sort of ones you want us to do? Preferably free games.
I know it's not that much of an issue. There's always a sale on or something, and if I'm thinking Outlast because it's always on sale and stuff, so it's £5 or something. So that's nothing for a bit of a few hours of content.
As long as we get 5 hours of content out of it,
Yeah.
we've made our money.
£1 an hour. Yeah. So yeah, all that stuff is gooch. It's on its way. I hope we haven't been scammed. I have a feeling we have.
Yeah, we did buy it off not slightly.
It was
dodgy.
Amazon.
It was Amazon.
But it was a reseller.
Yeah, and it wasn't a named one, and his reviews weren't 100%. Let's put it that way.
Were they? Oh, I thought we found one that was.
No.
Oh yeah, someone like Jenna complained about it or something, didn't they? My book wasn't delivered. Right, so yeah, that's all business stuff. I'm really loving holding this pen.
Why?
Don't know, to put my point forward.
Does it give you more power?
Yeah.
That's why I lost the argument. Didn't have a pen.
So Black Panther and Marvel stuff. Obviously, Black Panther's the most recently released Marvel film. What did you think? So we went to see it together.
Thought it was good. Not as good as everyone else is saying.
Yeah.
We'll give a spoiler-free review, and then we'll go into spoilers, alright?
So, what I think with Black Panther is, it was a good movie as much as Wonder Woman was a good movie. I think
Yes.
they're on par.
Yes,
I think
agree
that's
with
a
that.
good comparison. And I think
Not as good as Justice League, but it was still good.
that's a joke.
No.
You think Justice League is better than Wonder Woman?
And Black Panther.
You're joking. You are joking.
Justice League is better than the first Avengers.
You're just being a cunt. So, yeah, they... Black Panther, this might sound like a ridiculous statement, but... For example, if Wonder Woman was a man, it was exactly the same film, but it was a man. Nothing changes except from Wonder Woman's character. Nothing. Not even like Themyscira. For example, say he's the only ever man born on Themyscira.
Lucky guy.
Yeah. That is then a man, and the main lead role is a man.
Right.
Do the reviews get worse? Because if that's all you're basing how good a movie is, if it's a man or a woman, is the movie actually good?
I think it would still be a good movie.
Yeah.
But I think the reviews would get worse because the sort of like going in to watch the movie, people were much more open-minded because you got to remember this Wonder Woman came off 2 very bad DC films.
Yeah.
And then they picked it up with Wonder Woman, brought it home with Justice League.
Yeah, dropped it back down.
But it was given some leeway because it was directed by a woman. It was the first female superhero.
Why should that be leeway?
Just because we haven't really seen that before. We haven't seen a female superhero in the lead role.
But does that mean it does it like when?
But you give it a little bit of room. You don't like shut it off like you would have done, say if it was another Superman film.
Right.
You give it a little bit of leeway. So it would have been a bad film because it was something different.
Okay,
it was something different.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
But the story wasn't that much different.
No, but it's allowed. You
variation.
Yeah, it's something new.
Okay.
So I think it was people went in with a much more open mind, and therefore preferred the movie. But I don't think they preferred the movie because of the female lead. I think the female lead is the thing that allowed them to go in with an open mind and therefore enjoy the movie more.
So, changing the same question, but if Black Panther was white people...
It's the same thing.
The movie would be shunned more.
Because it's... Yeah, but it's not because of the colour of the skin. It's because... It's slightly different because all Marvel movies have been good, but they've been getting a bit samey. Yeah. Right?
Because it's different.
It's the first... It's not the first black superhero. Because you had Blade with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Before. But it's one of the first black superheroes.
I'd say the better.
Yeah. One of the first that embraces African culture and stuff like that. And so people went in with an open mind.
Mm.
They went in giving this movie a little bit more acceptance and then enjoyed the movie because they went in with the open mind, not because it was a black cast, but because they gave it the room.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they enjoyed it for the black cast, but the fact it had a black cast meant they could enjoy the movie more.
So do our standards drop? So for like Wonder Woman, because it was a woman director, does that mean that our standards of a good movie have to drop because of that? Yeah, but then why do we give it more leeway or have a more open mind when that's the case?
But if the movie was bad, that open-mindedness wouldn't matter.
You don't think?
No.
Yeah, but then people would say there's flaws to Black Panther, but people have said that it's like the greatest Marvel movie of all time.
But people are dumb, right? We're always all going to disagree on how good or bad something is.
Yeah.
I think it is a good movie. Don't think it's the greatest Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Still a good movie. But I think if it was a genuinely bad movie, people still wouldn't be saying it's the greatest movie ever.
Right, so, like I said, if all the people in the cast were white instead of black, and then like the roles were reversed, and it was still a black director, would we still say that's a good movie? Well, I would
Yes.
say it's a good movie,
Yes.
personally, because of the way the movie is, the action scenes, the cinematography, everything else.
It's the only Marvel movie that's nearly made me throw up.
Oh yeah, because of that one scene.
There's one scene where a character's dangling over a cliff, and I've got a fear of heights, and I was in the cinema and I was visibly sweating because they just hold on it for like 30 seconds.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
It felt like an hour. I've cut it down to 30 seconds. It might even be less. But I was sat there like, if they don't move off this shot, I'm gonna throw up.
So like, us personally value that movie for the way it's shot and it's fit into the cinematic universe, because that's what we're
Also,
following.
I think Villain.
Yeah, the villain was great.
very good.
And it was, the movies, because of that, we think of it that way. But a lot of people out there, I assume and have seen, would say that because of the cast, because of the director, that movie deserves to be highly regarded. I think
I can see
that movie could have been 50% worse, and people would say it was still 25% better than it was.
Yeah, but you got to think that
If it was
we're both white males.
Yeah, I know.
Wonder
We
Woman-
can't judge that.
Wonder Woman is the first female superhero. So females haven't seen that before. So
There is other female superheroes. Catwoman.
alright. Good
Yeah,
female
yeah.
superhero movies. I'm trying not to like. But then you got Storm in X-Men.
But that's not
Right,
a dedicated
lead,
movie to her.
lead.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Catwoman
So-
is a lead. but-
It's like the first time you saw a superhero movie with a white male lead. I'm sure.
But I don't find it as I'm not relating to the person.
Do you
I can
not?
no, fair enough. I can't relate to Black Panther, but I don't relate to him. That's not why I watch the movie. I watch it for everything about it.
So there's no superhero characters that you relate to.
Not really. They're superheroes. I can detach myself from that.
But do you not, in their characteristics and how they are?
Not really.
Not
Not when
a
I think
single
about
one.
it. Not when I think about it.
See, like, I enjoyed Captain America, the first one, because
He wants to make America great again.
no, fuck my point. Like, but like Steve Rogers in the start of the movie, I sympathise with that and understand that.
Yeah.
So that's why Captain America is my favourite superhero.
Yeah.
Like, I knew nothing about him before that. I've got no history with him. It's purely from the movies that he has become my favourite superhero.
Yeah.
Because I sympathise with his characteristics and ideals.
But could I not sympathise with Wonder Woman?
Yes. But it may be harder from your viewpoint of life already.
I just think, like, in Wonder Woman, they were like, it's a female-led superhero. She's so smart and intelligent, but then she goes into normal social situations with actual, like, people not from Themyscira and is a fucking retard. It's so retarded. Like, if I was a woman, I'd think that was a disservice. Like, making her not be able to understand general things. And I know she's been on this thing for all her life, but she's meant to be hyper-intelligent. She's meant to have, like, a very high IQ, and she can't fucking understand, like when not to kick in the air in a shop. Like, when she put a dress on, she's, like, spinning around and kicking. It's like, you...
But that's a social thing. You can't learn social
Yeah, but-
skills without experience.
Yeah, I know, but you would think they'd make her look, like, superior. That's the idea. She's meant to be, like, a brilliant woman, and it's so intelligent that she doesn't need a man to help her, but she literally fucking falls in love with a man within seeing him for 30 seconds, and then is clinging to that man for the rest of the film up till the point
You have to remember that man was Chris Pine, though.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
For my argument's sake, it doesn't matter.
Have you seen the interview between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine?
No.
They're like sat there and he's answering, and she like bites her lip and looks at him like really seductively, and then she remembers it's being filmed and that she's married. I'll show you it afterwards. It's proper funny.
I don't know. It just seems like people yeah, the film Wonder Woman was a good film and Black Panther was a good film. But if you change the roles, I feel like this isn't like people don't like it when people say stuff like this. If you change the roles and was like, or everyone in Wonder Woman, no, the Wonder Woman was a man, and it was the same film, that film would have gone from a 95% or whatever it is on Rotten Tomatoes to, and I know Rotten Tomatoes is a good reviewing system, to a 7.5 or 75. Sorry.
There's that gift for you.
Just watch that.
I don't know whether it will loop back in a second. We're gonna have dead air.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is.
So just remember that man was Chris Pine.
But do you see what I mean? Like, we appreciate the movie for like other things just than the colour of people's skin in the movie or the gender of people in the movie. But a lot of people are judging Black Panther for that sort of thing. I think
if you're basing the movie solely on that, that's not ideal.
you should. But then there's people.
You're taking the credit away from the actors in the film.
Yeah.
If you are saying it's only a good film because of the colour of their skin, the work that they put in, the hours of rehearsing, the CGI effects and all that, the
composition, the music, the everything.
It's not that the colour of their skin makes it a good movie. It's the colour of the skin, the acting, the representation. It's all these things built up that makes it a good movie.
Yeah.
Yes, that is part of it, but it's not the sole part.
Yeah. But if that wasn't there, that part, if they were all white,
but it'd still be a good movie because you've got all the other things.
Yeah. So would it drop rating for you? Say if it was at 100, would it drop rating because they were all white?
I think it wouldn't drop for me, but I think it would for some other people.
Yeah. It's bizarre because I
But
know that people out there think,
But only,
white people shouldn't be allowed to go see Black Panther because it's cultural appropriation and you shouldn't be able to experience
that's
that.
fucking dumb.
That is the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's entertainment. It's entertainment.
But it's also, if you're appreciating your own culture, you can do that anyway. I'd rather someone else learn about my culture and appreciate it for who I am and what my culture is than be negligent and maybe form views that aren't true.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Like,
I'd rather people learn about what the struggles of being I'd rather learn about the struggles of being a woman than people assume that I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because it's like anyone who has, like, when you see people say stupid shit, like whether it be racist or sexist or whatever, people always berate them, sack them. But I always think, because people berate people and then people get sacked, people that are racist and sexist are just not going to say stuff, but they're still going to be racist and sexist.
Yeah, but you need to educate.
If I have a fucked up view, I'd rather I say it and someone teaches me why that's wrong than never say it and always believe it.
Yeah.
Like,
or be able to at least put forward a case to them as to why you believe that, and if they change their mind. Either way, if your view to them is fucked up.
I'm talking about like solely that, like in the grand scheme of things, I'm wrong. Like, I'm sure there are things where people disagree and things should change mind, but I'm talking about from the sole point of I'm not a racist. But if I was, and I said something that was racist, I'd want someone to call me out on it.
And then prove to you
why. And then explain to me why it's wrong, so I don't do it again. Because if someone is a racist and they just don't say anything and no one teaches them, they're just going to pass that down to their next generation. And then the problem doesn't get solved.
Yeah.
The only way of... It isn't the person that's wrong, it's the system. So educate the person so that the system collapses.
Yeah.
If they are in an area or a system that breeds racism...
Wait, in this country and in other countries, do you think there's systemic racism?
Forms of it, yes.
How is it systemic? What laws?
I don't think within laws. I think within
perception.
That's not systemic, really. That's
Yeah.
personal.
Well, do you not think the UKIP posters of immigrants that took...
But it's not systemic.
But they are a political party.
Yeah, but like systemic means like I can do something that a woman can't.
Maybe
Without out of
maybe
biolog-
systemic wasn't
Yeah, yeah.
the right word. Maybe let me try and think of a better one.
There is like racism and sexism within people's minds and viewpoints anyway, but it's not built up by a systemic law issue or anything like that. It's through generations of an issue.
But it's also media and stuff like that. Like,
I don't think the media. Yeah, okay.
you don't think the media are racist?
I don't think they.
So when
I think they're racist to white people more than anything. The media,
No.
they will shun something else just so that they look.
well,
PC.
saying the media is probably where we're going to get into an argument over this. Certain papers are very racist.
Yeah,
And I'm sure there are certain papers that are very
racist.
well, maybe too progressive.
Yeah.
Let's use the word too progressive rather than racist.
Because it sounds better.
But it differentiates them.
But they're the
people
same
can-
thing because both are racist.
On a level, they are the same thing, but one is like it's like anything. You have to have a balance. If you swing too far one way, it's wrong, and if you swing too far the other way, it's wrong. The balance is in the middle, where everyone is equal. No one is getting put down for past events. Everyone's just living in the present. We're all people. So I was thinking the other day of how you describe someone. I'd say the way I would describe myself is English, white, male, human. Would you agree with that? That order of those four things?
What? So the English is the top one.
Yes. Would you have English as a top one?
Why is human?
That is for my point.
Oh, right, okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd describe myself as, an English white male. Human.
Yeah. Do you not think the human bit should come first?
No, I don't know. I would
I
have
think
said
we-
they were all on the same level. I wouldn't.
I think we focus far too much on the subsets.
Yeah, definitely. We're all human, and
Yeah.
we all share this same land, and we all are here, and we're not you might be spat out on a different continent, but you are a human.
Yeah. I think the human bit should be the bit that comes first.
Yeah.
And it amazed me that was the last thing I thought of. Now, I don't know whether that's given because everyone's like, well, I know you're a human.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're English.
But-
I don't know that you're male. I don't know that you're
There's a brilliant
white, black, whatever.
There's a brilliant scene on Rick and Morty where they go to another planet and there's a race war happening because someone has cone nipples and someone has
Squared nipples or whatever it is.
what is it, flat nipples or something like that. Like you're the cone people, but they're all the same people, but they have slightly different things. And we think that's fucking ridiculous. But there's
Well, we do
race
the
wars
same thing,
happening
yeah.
now, because of skin colour.
Yeah, it's if you look at a country, if you think I was born in this country, right? The lines that make up this country are a man-made thing.
Yeah.
It's not that this earth was made and it was already decided that's England, that's Wales, that's Scotland.
Yeah.
They are borders, fictional borders.
England literally could be the whole thing if that was chosen. England could be the Earth. Earth could be called England.
Or Spain or France or
Yeah,
whatever. It's not just England. It's like these are borders made up by people that are pitting people against each other.
Yeah.
If someone's like, I don't like, name me a country.
I'm trying.
It shouldn't take this long. Just any country.
Japan.
I don't like Japanese people because they were born on this bit of land with borders defined by people ages ago.
Yeah.
They're still people. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get the... It really pisses me off. It's like, you can't choose where you are born,
Yeah.
but you're still a person.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't matter where you're born.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter what gender you are. It shouldn't matter what colour you are. It shouldn't matter anything. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah. I believe you. I understand you. I get what you mean. Like, why do we have the right to decide what because of where someone was born, whether their life is more worth more than a life that's born somewhere else? It's
So-
all life.
All life is equal.
Yeah.
So back to the nuking thing.
Well, no, I believe all life is equal.
Yeah.
But I would, if in a certain situation,
Fuck,
would-
I had you.
I would value my own people's life over other people's.
But then they're not all equal.
No, but I value them because they're my people. That's why racism is a thing.
Yeah, fuck.
If you feel like you're being
when I was
attacked-
saying those points halfway through, I was like, "Well, I need just for him to say that they're all equal." I was like, my cogs started.
If you
going.
feel like, this is what a lot of racists say, they feel like they're being attacked or like people are immigrating into their country. They value, that's why racism exists, because people value themselves.
It's tribal.
Yeah, it's a tribal thing. It's the same why we have such problems with people from another football club or another school or another like town. It's the same thing.
It's the same mentality.
Like, but you think, oh, we're all Britons, we're all together. But then as soon as you go to the football game, you see Andy from fucking somewhere else in the country, you're going to fucking kill him.
Fucking gooner.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah, exactly. So you're really not being very clear.
You blew my mind with football this week, by the way.
Why?
When you were like, how much of an impact does football have on your life? Like, if your team loses, does it ruin your day? And I was like, it ruins my week. And I don't think there's anything on this earth
Death.
that has that much impact on my day-to-day life than football.
Death. Like if a family member died. Except from that.
Yeah, but that's a rare occurrence.
Yeah.
It's not a daily thing.
Yeah, a daily thing. Yeah. Or a weekly thing, I guess, because it's a football game every weekend.
Yeah, there could be 2-3 fixtures a week. But, yeah. I was just like...
Shit.
But I gave it that power.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that... It's not a law or anything.
Yeah.
I've put that into it, and this is what I've got
I
back.
think that's why I kind of like, I would have a shit day if when I like properly, not properly, I never really properly supported football, but when I supported football and I actually followed it a bit more, I'd have a shit day because my team lost. Like,
Yeah,
why
but-
should they decide how my day ends?
But also, like, something might happen at uni or something, and I've had a shit week. And then football comes, and I forget about it. And we win.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have won, and
Yeah.
it's a lucky goal, 93rd minute. And
But isn't
it's-
that you putting
it's
too much weight?
ecstasy. It's if I don't know how this is going to sound really cheesy, but like winning against a team you shouldn't beat in some like
I understand.
glorious fashion, the emotion that you feel, if they could reproduce that in chemical form, it'd sell more than crack, heroin, everything, because it would have no negative side effects. It's just genuine. You like. I don't know how to describe it.
So you've put football or like your team at that level where it's like, if they fuck up, I'm going to be pissed off for a week. But if they do well, it's going to change my week. Or does the feeling of euphoria last as long as the feeling of disappointment?
No, the disappointment is
Infinitely more.
is longer, and I wouldn't say lower than the high, but the low is longer. It
Yeah.
affects me over more days.
Yeah.
But that peak
Yeah.
of the euphoria is worth every single
It's like
shit day.
gambling. Kind of. Would you say if you win in gambling, does that last longer than if you lose?
No.
It's bizarre.
With gambling, you remember your losses far more than you remember your wins.
Yeah.
You remember what could have been.
I don't remember if I've said this on the podcast before, but Dan Blazarian is like a famous poker player, a bit of an arsehole, but he said that he would rather lose to someone that's rich than someone that's poor, because the poor person is going to take his money and not put it back on the table, but the rich person is, because they're rich, they're more likely to put that money back into the pot, and you have another chance of winning your money back.
Yeah, I understand it from that point, but from an ethical point of view, I'd rather a poor person win it.
Yeah.
If if to that rich person, like I was saying to you in the week,
I really need a drink of water. Hold up.
I really
Carry
need
on
to pee.
talking.
So can we pause it?
All right.
Because I don't want to solo it. We'll come back to this.
All right. We won't be long.
I was going to say to you before we started recording this, like maybe I should give a go with keeping control of the audio so I can learn it, so you don't have to always do it.
It's not very difficult, but
We're
you
recording
are
right now, aren't we?
welcome to- Yeah. Yeah, we are.
You should give me a warning when you start recording.
Yeah, so the Dan Bazarian thing. We were talking about like the gambling side of it and stuff like that. I don't know where I stand now. I don't know what my train of thought was. I've lost it.
You were saying about he'd rather lose against a rich person
Yeah,
than
he
a
would,
poor
yeah.
person. And then I said, ethically, morally, I'd rather a poor person have it because they're going to appreciate the money more.
Yeah, that's why he has the problem with them having it, because they're going to appreciate it more and not care, and they're not going to put it back in to the game. It's kind of a fucked up view, but if you're a professional gambler and that's what you do, I can understand why you'd gain those views. You don't really think of it as money anymore, or money for a certain person.
I've always wanted to get into poker.
Don't do it.
Why?
Because you'll just take it too far and lose everything.
What, first hand? All in?
House. None. So, let's talk about Rick and Morty. Like, I don't know, I mentioned it a bit earlier. But
R.I.P. Rick and Morty.
yeah, not being renewed.
It'll probably be just a money thing.
Yeah.
The creators will want more money.
They deserve more money. I swear it's the highest rated show on Adult Swim.
Yeah, but
And the most viewed.
people don't always get what they deserve.
Yeah. I think Netflix, if not, would buy it. Because it's so... not influential, but like it's one of the biggest shows on TV at the minute. It was one of the biggest and most dedicated fan
See,
base.
then they got to buy the rights. I think they'll just get the producers.
And make a different type of show.
Yeah.
You really? Why?
Dan Harmon's done that before, though. He made Community, which I really enjoyed, and then he left to do Rick and Morty, and Community was great whilst he was doing it. Like,
What, did it turn shit?
It turned shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, they wouldn't be able to do Rick and Morty without Dan and
Justin.
Justin Roiland. Because they do the voices. So,
Yeah.
I just...
But I'm sure they've got many other ideas. Someone who's that creative with Rick and Morty definitely has other ideas for shows, and they may got bored of it. You don't know. You don't know how they feel about the cancellation. Like, they may be like, maybe we've got a few more stories, but we've told what we want to tell.
Yeah. I think if anything, I want a fourth season, even if it ends. Like, I want a fourth season just to conclude and wrap up the story because there's so much.
Maybe a special or something like that.
Yeah. Or like a movie, like a full length movie. So
A Rick and Morty movie would be too insane.
it'd be so good.
Do you want to do the movie pitch idea?
A Rick and Morty movie.
No, just I give you a person, place, and a genre.
Have you got them?
No, I'm going to think of them right now.
Go on.
Right,
Right, so wait, this concept, what do you think? This concept is basically Steve will mention a place, a person, and a genre of movie, and I have to come up with the movie pitch as if I'm pitching it to like a Hollywood director. Go ahead. Are you doing person as actor or character?
As actor.
Okay.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
The setting is...
Past history, like past or future, sorry.
No, I'm just going to give you like a place and then I'll give you a genre.
Okay, yeah. Well, doesn't the place include the
Yeah.
time frame?
Medieval England.
Okay.
Historical drama.
Right.
Pitch me a movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a lead role in a medieval historical drama set in England.
So, like, hi, I'm just going to be pitching a movie for you today. I've got a few things on the cards and I've got a few actors and places and, like, genres in mind. So basically, it's going to be a movie with the lead role being Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I know it's hard to get, but I think you guys can do it. You got a lot of pull. And then the place is going to be medieval England. I know Dwayne doesn't have an English accent, which he could be difficult, but I'm sure he's a good enough actor to learn one. And then we're going to it's going to be a historical drama. First off, opening scene, or opening, like, thing that's happening. There's a war going on and you're not sure what is happening in the war. It's so, like, vivid, it's almost like a dream kind of sequence, let's say. And it turns out that this historical drama is actually set in the future. And it's just VR going back in time, and you can relive what's happening from the past for your ancestors. It's going to be called
so you're
Assassin's.
I was about to say you're nicking the Assassin's Creed.
It's called Hitman's Cove, because Assassin's Creed. So
you're robbing an idea, so we may have a lawsuit on our hands.
Next. No, come on. Oh, fuck.
No, carry on.
No, I don't. Out of steam.
Right, you give me an actor, a place, a genre.
Okay, so we're in Mars in 20 years' time, and the actor is. Sorry about this. Dead Air. The actor is.
Good name for a movie.
Dead Air. That's actually quite a good name.
Cheers.
It could be like a. Should we think of one?
No, you let me do my one.
So yeah, the actor is. Fuck. I'm trying to think of someone so fucking stupid. Not stupid, but like
Carl Pilgrim.
Michael Cera, you know.
Right.
Wait, so Mars, 20 years time, Michael Cera. The genre is romantic comedy.
This is too easy. Too easy. Michael Cera gets. So there's a new Mars program, and they need 10,000 people to go to Mars.
Okay, yeah.
He gets randomly selected to be on this journey.
10,000? Are they all on one ship?
No, multiple ships going off at different times.
Different years, like
Yeah.
throughout the years, 10,000
So
should be
the
there.
first bit is he's got a girlfriend,
Okay.
and he's been with her for a long time.
Can he take his iPhone?
No technology. You get given what you're given.
Okay.
He's been with her for a while. He really likes her. They've been together since school, and
Yeah.
he's breaking up with her in the starting scene. It's heartbreaking, emotional.
But you have no attachment to those characters. So how do you get that attachment?
Shut the fuck up, you're a producer. I'm the ideas, alright?
Sorry.
This is how you have to be with these Hollywood execs. You have to show your dominance. Or else they're going to change the movie, and it's not going to be the movie that you want.
Okay, but like, how is it going to be emotional if we don't know him?
Because he's going to be sat on the rocket ship, and it's going to be cutting back to them at school. Then,
All right,
like,
so it's like,
first time having sex and stuff, and it's going to be awkward and stuff like that. It's going to be funny.
but then you see them like a year later, and they're like hella good at it.
Maybe not too much sex. Like, I want it to be a low rating.
12.
So 15. I'm going for the middle ground.
Okay.
So, and it's like funny. They're having like cute moments, like going on dates and stuff. And then it cuts to him breaking up with
So
her.
it's like Up.
Yeah, like the emotional impact Up straight away.
Jeez.
Just like hitting you.
Yeah. How old is he at this point? How long have they been together?
They've been together since they were 14. He's probably about 21, 22.
Okay.
So he's sat on the rocket. The rocket's going up.
Yeah.
This is like 15 minutes into the movie. You've had him getting the letter. You've had like the cutscenes of all that. And on his ship are 12 people.
Yeah. Is this the first 12?
No, they're like middle.
So they're just random people,
Yeah.
but we're just choosing to follow Michael
Yeah.
Cera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get. So with this, it's sort of like technology, like Interstellar, where they can send voice recordings back.
but it's not like Interstellar where time passes.
Yeah.
They can like video call. So he like talks to his mum and dad, and on this ship are, out of the 12 people,
They're going to Mars as well, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't have any really latency issues in terms of time.
there's 3 middle-aged people and 9 young people.
Okay.
The youngest is an 8-year-old, and maybe like an 11-year-old, a 15-year-old.
Has the mum gone with the 8-year-old?
No.
Okay.
So this child is upset, he's calling its mother, and Michael Cera like is trying to help this child out and stuff like that. And there's also an attractive, sort of his age woman. Now,
Your boy.
so they're gonna have. He's going to be getting over this breakup, and
Are we? Did he choose to go to Mars,
No,
or was he
he was
legally?
made.
Okay, that changes.
all these
everything.
people have been made to go to Mars.
But is it like the lottery? Like anyone has a chance of doing it?
Yeah.
But do they pick people selectively?
No.
Okay, so it's just random.
Random.
So it's random humankind.
Yes.
So it could be a murderer.
One stipulation is they have to be able to reproduce.
Yeah.
That's the only stipulation.
But how do you know it when a kid?
What?
How do you know?
They're going to be able to reproduce in the future.
Okay, but
Like-
okay.
They have the possibility of having children
Yeah, okay.
when they get to Mars. So anyway, he's hanging out with this girl. Initially, they don't get on. They've got differences of opinion.
Oh.
It's conflicting. They come from very different areas.
What's the girl's name? What's his name?
Ooh, Michael Cera's name is Mike,
Original.
and her name, played by Alison Brie, is
Yennefer.
why can I not think of a single female name? Debbie. No, that's not an American name. Fuck.
Deborah. That'll do. Debbie.
No, it needs to be a good name. It needs to be snappy.
Tammy Lynn.
Alyssa.
Okay. You feel like singling someone out, don't you, when you say it?
No, I'm trying to think of names that I don't know people's names, so they can't be like, this is about me.
That's it. Alyssa, that'll do.
All right.
Yeah.
Initially don't get on. They're from like... But something happens on the ship on the way there. They start running out of food. There's like an airlock breach and some of the food goes missing. They got enough water.
Why was the food in the airlock?
Because the dog.
Why were they outside when they were going up to Mars? Were they just doing pit stops on the way?
There was a mechanical failure,
And
and
they had to stop at the International Space Station.
no, they had to fix it themselves
Yeah.
with the people from down below talking them through it.
But, okay. So you're not doing any training to go there, you just literally just picked.
Just go there. But the people.
So they don't have any, like, mechanics on board?
No, but the people downstairs have made the ship like easy enough to repair.
But
Like anything that
on Mars, is there just random people then?
already there. Like
That's
convicts
fucked
and
up.
stuff.
I wouldn't want random people to go.
Hmm.
Because if one person's a killer, and they don't have any weapons, they're going to kill everyone. But then if everyone has weapons...
You're getting into the gun debate. The gun debate doesn't happen here, alright? So, there's one of the people go outside
Yeah.
and...
What, outside the ship?
Yeah.
While it's moving towards
Yeah.
Mars?
Yeah.
You know, that's brave.
Yeah.
Because if
This is like the action part of
Oh,
the movie.
okay, so it's like... Do. I'll keep doing this and you keep
Alright.
going your point.
So this actor is played by Simon Pegg. He's like one of the elder people, and he's trying to fix it. And he's fixed it, and he's trying to get back in. At that moment, the rope that he's on gets tangled on one of the lock systems, and they hit an asteroid, and he flies off. No, music stops. There's no music in space. Like, there's no sound.
Well, they
in
don't have
space.
speaker systems on the side of the ship.
Tis a fucking rave.
They're just pumping air out in so that they've got some particles
Yeah.
to travel.
This rips the lock off. The lock opens. Starts pulling stuff out.
The food
Like-
comes out.
It's not just the airlock bit, but like the next compartment down. So the people have to seal it.
Yeah.
So they seal all the doors.
Is
Whilst
it only
this
him
is
that
going on.
died? Simon.
Only him that died.
Did you see his head explode?
No, he just floated off. Dude's gone. Like, there's
I
no
guess
way
he
getting him
would
back.
stop momentum because they're still moving forward.
He'd
so
still
the-
have a bit of momentum, but he'd slow down gradually because he's got nothing thrust in him.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, carry on going at the same speed.
Yeah, because there's nothing to slow you down.
Yeah.
But the rocket would still be accelerating away.
Oh, is it? It's still got fuel?
Yeah.
It's not just on its course.
I'm not a scientist. I'm a movie picture. Alright? we'll let the boffins deal with the
fine
logistics.
details.
We'll get Neil deGrasse Tyson to go over all the science. Anyway, they're now locked in compartments. There are Alison, Brie, character, Alyssa,
Yeah.
Michael Cera's character, Mike. These names all start with the same sort of letters. And the child. All
Alright.
trapped in a compartment.
Yeah.
They haven't got much food provisions and they have to, like... It's going to be a thing where Michael Cera's really awkward. So he doesn't know how to act with her. They're trapped in the same confined space for ages.
Yeah.
But we all know that if you're trapped in a confined space with someone like
You eat them.
No.
Oh.
You end up having sex.
Huh.
So they eventually hook up.
But
Alice
the
and
kid's
Brie.
there.
No, the kid. It's a big enough compartment where they can get some like space.
Oh, okay.
Get it?
How
Because they're in space.
big is a compartment? Like a house?
Let's say a couple of rooms.
Okay. So the kid can be in one room.
Yeah, like the door to the main bit is locked, but all adjacent doors haven't.
Are they encouraged to, like, procreate?
Yes,
Okay.
but Alison Brie's character never wanted kids. That's her dilemma.
But she was forced to go and she was told that she had
exactly.
to. Ah.
She didn't want kids.
Ah.
It's just something she.
But
never...
what if she wants them with Mike?
But
This
what-
isn't a romantic comedy at the minute. Someone's died.
Someone dies in Up, and that's still a kids' film.
It's not a romantic comedy though, is it?
Right. Well, there's some comedy in there. I'm not a comedic writer.
He has the OK symbol on his knee when he's flying away. Everyone in the ships was like, fucking get him!
No, he's like pulling on the rope like a mime, and then it just pulls off.
It flies off.
He like yanks it too hard. He's still doing it. He's coming back. Don't worry. Anyway, but the dilemma is they're like getting to know each other. Like end of the movie, they get together. That's the sort of like.
Wait, they're on Mars by the end of the movie.
The final shot is them getting onto Mars.
So it's all set in space.
Does that fuck you picking the set in Mars?
Yes.
Am I allowed that? Am
No.
I allowed just in the spaceship?
No.
So the sequel.
We're making a cinematic universe already, making it cancerous as well.
The name of this is Dead Air, by the way.
I made.
You can't claim the term Dead Air. Dead Air's not a romantic comedy name.
What about Hot Air?
Bow, 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 bow.
Right, like we're going to touch on the last topic, so we're almost at 2 hours. Like the Fortnite and PUBG is essentially fucking like two football clubs. Like people love Fortnite.
Tribalism.
People love PUBG.
They should just get all the Fortnite players to play all the PUBG players on a separate game.
That no one's ever played before,
Well,
with no similar mechanics, or that both be battle royale games. And would they have building? Would they not?
they have to play each other at Tetris.
I think
decide.
that like I play Fortnite, and so does Steve. But I think the differences are so the differences are so big. There's so many differences that people overlook in this argument that they're like.
Can you not just enjoy both games?
Yeah, but then also I feel like I can't It's weird. I don't want to play PUBG
I
because
find the tribalism in video games really weird.
yeah,
Like PlayStation
consoles.
versus Xbox, Call of Duty versus Halo,
yeah. Well, it's because you want more people to
And
be
then-
the way you are.
and then within Call of Duty there's Treyarch versus Activision.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't you just enjoy two things? I don't get why one thing always has to be better than the other.
Yeah, but that's what we are as humans. You can say that, but let's be honest. What do you play, Call of Duty or Halo?
I played both.
What do you play, Fortnite or PUBG? You have the ability to play PUBG.
I play Fortnite purely because you have to pay for PUBG.
If it was free.
I'd probably play them equally.
Who do you support, Tottenham or Arsenal?
Spurs, fuck Arsenal.
Exactly. Like they're equal. We're both people. We can both understand like the benefits
Yeah,
of
but
both.
PUBG isn't a scumbag like an Arsenal fan. Like, there's a difference.
I'm sure a lot of people think the same way. Or that don't think that it is a they are scumbags.
I don't think. I think they're just people. Like, all people are equal, apart from Arsenal fans. Alright? That's the rule.
We can nuke them.
Yeah, they can be nuked.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love Fortnite, like the building element, the fast paced like of the gameplay. I would say it's the best online game I've ever played, and we've had a fucking lot of fun on quite a few online games like Cardin and also Grand Theft Auto. But I would say this is like.
By the way, new races coming to Grand Theft Auto
Oh really?
and new cars. So
Might have to get on it, but then also no one else plays with us.
I think that might be another problem, not a GTA problem.
Yeah, don't punish GTA for doing that.
Our sins.
Yeah, yeah. I just think Fortnite for me is like it seems a lot funner. Like when I watch a Twitch stream and play PUBG, I think it's quite boring.
I find PUBG serious. I don't know whether that's because it's non-cartoon aesthetics.
Yeah,
Like, Fortnite being cartoony is a reason it gets away with a lot of its violence.
what do you mean a lot of it's violence?
Like, children play it.
All right, yeah,
Like 10-year-olds.
but it's not really violence though.
You're shooting someone.
Yeah, I mean, but like, what defines
It's a
violence?
fight to the death to see who can survive. And you're like, nah, it's not violence.
I guess, but then also like, is violence in the nature of like gore, or is it just the fact of your?
The act of
It's a
harming
game,
somewhere
but
else.
It's a game, but you're not really hurting anyone.
You're hurting their avatar, which is an embodiment of them.
Shit, that's such a fucking bullshit excuse.
You know I'm right. You
What?
can't
That
like-
it's violent to play video games against someone
No.
because you're shooting their character in the game.
Yes, that is.
So what? Yeah, but it's just a game.
Yeah, but there's a person on the other end.
Yeah, but it's just a game.
I'm going to go into Fortnite. I'm going to try and make friends with everyone in the 100 lobby. And we're all going to live peacefully, all in a line on the storm. Dead down the middle.
I think it closes past that point now, anyway.
We all die together as a family.
We're brothers.
I've already lost one family. I'm not going to lose another.
Jesus. The I don't know. I just love like Fortnite. Dick. No, Fortnite. And like I don't know. PUBG just seems if I watch someone play, it doesn't look fun.
It feels much more competitive.
But like with Fortnite, I get killed in a game and then I get a bit pissed off, but then I'm straight back into another. It doesn't seem like I've wasted like. I swear PUBG's games are like fucking an hour long or something.
Yeah, but I do like video games that take longer. I like the slow burn. I don't like the fact... Fortnite is very fast paced and I shit myself and just stand there and get killed.
Yeah, but then also it's like...
Like, you'll start building and you'll build this massive structure and I'm stood behind a tree going...
I'm not that good though. So.
You're better than me.
So I've got better just because I've played it so much. I would love to stream that. I'm not stream like do a video on that.
We'll have to speak to Tom,
Tom who?
who was on the podcast, who streams.
Oh,
That should
that's
narrow it down.
I've got
enough.
like 3 Toms, so
Yeah, but I didn't want to say his last name because I don't want his YouTube name. His YouTube account is his name, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Tom Harriman. Yeah, we can speak to him about it, but I doubt we want to play Fortnite.
Yeah, but it's free to play. It can't cost it. But he's on Xbox.
Oh well. We'll sort something out. Well, we could do like a podcasting one where, like the drinking one, sort of thing.
That's a horrible noise to go down the mic.
I like that noise though. Right.
Are
I
we
think
going
we're gonna.
are we going into ASMR now? Like making noises down the mic.
I think we're gonna end it there because it's been a long day.
Yeah, kill it.
Yeah. Right. So thank you for everyone and thanks for the support and merch will be linked in the description.
I was just about to say that.
And we're gonna probably record a video right now about it.
Yeah. Game of Thrones will be soon.
Yeah, we just want to try and get it right.
Yeah, because the problem with it is I'll have to edit it rather than Joe. Because I do give some nods to the camera when people say certain things. Like, in the Honest trailers, they were like, and to all my book readers, R plus L equals J, am I right? And I was like, mm-hmm. And Joe doesn't know what that means.
But stop saying it because I keep remembering.
Yeah, but R plus L equals J.
Stop. Because it'll just be the initials of someone or something.
It is. So who's R, who's L, and who's J?
It's probably quite obvious.
No.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Alright, okay. Well,
2 of the characters you have never seen on screen.
Alright, okay.
So, if you don't know the names of characters that are on screen, you're not going to guess.
Yeah, okay. Right, let's put it there.
Alright.
Thanks, everyone. We will report back on our ventures. Thank you. Bye.